Hey guys, so today we are going to do a very bluntly titled workout for you. So whether you're hungover, or maybe you're PMSing, or maybe you just are having a snow day and you don't really feel like doing your workout, this is gonna be great for you today. So what you will need for this workout is a medium set of weights, possibly one heavy, or a light set. Honestly, anytime we do these types of workouts that include dumbbells, you can always make anything work. So whatever you have in front of you, we'll make it happen as long as you're moving your body and you feel good doing it. So we're gonna start off on the ground actually. So come on down onto your mat. And we're gonna start off with some seated stretches just to kind of get our body flowing a little bit here. So I'm gonna have you inhale, take the arms all the way up to the top, and then we're gonna exhale, drop down to one side, big stretch overhead. So today's workout, as I said, is for anyone who's not really feeling like doing much. Bring it over to the other side. So we're gonna slowly start to move our bodies and then start to pick it up about halfway through. Let's take it into a little twist here, going up and over, looking over the top of that back shoulder. Good, bring it back through center and then switching it over opposite way. So remember, just take it easy in the beginning here, and then once you start feeling a little bit warmed up and you feel like pushing yourself a little bit, then definitely do that. Go ahead and bring those legs all the way around. We're gonna go into a hands and knees position, starting off with a cat-cow. So drop the belly, lift the gaze, and then you're gonna round the spine and tuck under. Good, do that again. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine and tuck under. Good, let's go ahead and do that one more time, dropping the belly. Exhale, release. Good, bringing it back to a neutral tabletop position. Hand is gonna come back behind the ear. From here, we're gonna draw the elbow towards the forearm, and then we're gonna open up and twist open. Good, going into a little thoracic rotation there, making sure that you really try to lead that elbow up towards the ceiling, stretching out through the shoulder, through the core. Good, doing it at your own pace, maybe pairing your breath with your movement here. So as you expand that rib cage up at the top, you're gonna inhale, twist. Good, last one here. Holding it up at the top here, I'm gonna have you reach that arm all the way up, and we're gonna go into an arm circle, dropping it all the way down, reaching up and behind you, just doing that a couple times through, one way, and then let's bring it around the other way. Reaching that arm up and around. Try to open up those shoulders as you do it, and set that hand down, going right into that other side. Grab onto the back of the head, opening up, elbow lifts, drop down. Good, inhaling as you expand, and then exhaling as you drop. Taking note, do you have a little bit more range of motion on one side? If so, really try to make sure during your workouts that you're doing your best to try to even that out. So maybe if you feel a little bit tighter, pushing yourself a little bit more in that stretch, maybe taking a second up at the top to really feel it. Last one, we're gonna hold it all the way up, extending that arm, reaching and lengthening, dropping all the way around into full circles here. So really trying to feel a stretch through that shoulder. Good, go ahead and bring it around the opposite way. Up and around. Last one, and sit it back, child's pose. Taking those feet together, extend the arms all the way out in front. Good, take a deep breath here in. Exhale out. You're gonna bring your hands into a prayer position back behind your head, feeling a stretch through the tricep. Take a deep breath here. Good, exhale, go ahead and bring those hands back through center, tucking those toes under, coming into a downward dog. Now, if this doesn't really feel good for you today, you can always stay onto the hands and knees. If you are in that downward dog position, maybe bending into the knees, stretching out through the calves. Good, and then we're gonna bring it back onto our knees. So going into our first move here, we are gonna go into a low plank position with a handshake out in front. So dropping down to those forearms, tuck those toes under, keeping your hips nice and square, feet are about mat width apart. From here, you're going to reach without shifting those hips, set it back down. Modification, setting those knees down. We're gonna go ahead and begin, and this is gonna be taken at your own pace. We're still warming up here. So the biggest key is really taking this nice and slow. You're gonna feel a shake in that core. And so remembering, you press play on this workout probably because you're riding the struggle bus a little bit today. So give yourself some grace, but know that there's always that challenge available to you if you want to push it here. So tucking under onto those toes as that advanced variation. Our goal is to not let those hips shift and shimmy side to side. So keep them nice and square. We have 10 seconds left. I know you guys are used to 30-second intervals. Today's gonna be 45 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Setting it down. I know, mean joke. Go ahead and take those arms up and around. Couple arm circles here. From here, we're gonna lay down onto your side. You can pick whichever side to start off with. Elbow is gonna be directly underneath the shoulder. Bottom leg is gonna be bent. We're gonna lift up into a side plank position. From here, lifting that leg, we're gonna crunch in, bring it back out, and then set it down. Go ahead and begin. So up at the top, we have that little crunch. Trying to keep the leg up as high as possible though. So you don't wanna go down when you crunch in. You wanna keep that leg high, crunch from that position. Keep it high again, then set it down. Good, so we have 45 seconds here on that one side. And what you're gonna notice probably already is that that standing glute here on the ground is really working to keep those hips up. If it gets too hard at any point in time, set the hips down, keep going. 3, 2, finish it with me. Last one, we're gonna hold it up and give me little pulses. Modifying if you need to by setting those hips down onto the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, go ahead and switch it around. So shoulder down underneath the elbow. Elbow underneath the shoulder. You know me, I'm always screwing up my words. All right, legs are gonna be out nice and long here. 3, 2, 1. So lifting that leg, crunch in, bring it back out, set it down. So a little different than the move that you've seen before in my workouts where we're just doing that leg lift. Pairing both of these movements, not only going to challenge the glute that's stabilizing you off the ground, but also really challenging those obliques, those side abs. Keeping yourself in a nice, consistent pace the whole time. Not giving up here. Even when it starts to get really tough here, we have 15 seconds left. Stay strong with me. Lifting just as high as before. Trying to match. Remember, we don't want one side to always be stronger. In 4, 3, 2, 15 seconds of pulses, let's go. I know this side is gonna be a lot harder. Take breaks if you need to, but then pop right back up, you got this. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, that burned. You're gonna flip it around, we're going onto our backs here. So going into a dead bug now. Knees are gonna be up to a 90-degree angle. Hands are directly over the tops of the shoulders. From here, brace the belly button in towards the spine. We're gonna drop down the opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale, bring it back to neutral. Drop the other leg down, bring it back in. Go ahead and begin, we have 45 seconds here. I so often see this move done wrong. You're either trying to rush it, or as your leg drops down, you start to arch your back. Try not to do that. Have that pelvic tilt under and keep it there as the arm and leg drop down. Also, take the couple seconds here to make sure you're using the opposite arm, opposite leg. One hand should always be up towards the ceiling. So if it's moving down, that's not the goal here. Just one arm moves from that straight up position. Woo, stay with me. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and hug those knees into the chest, then roll it on up. Go ahead and grab a quick drink. All right, so slowly working our way with our weights now. Yes, that was our warm-up. Okay, so you should be warmed up a little bit. The core should be fired up here. So any of these additional moves that we do, you're gonna start to really feel in that core, even though they're not just leg drops or crunches. So grabbing the heaviest dumbbell that you have in front of you, we are gonna be going into a single arm row in all fours position. So technically you're three-legged here. So we're gonna place the hand directly underneath the shoulder. Let's do left hand down. Our right hand is gonna have the dumbbell. From here, you're going to row up next to the rib cage and pull back down. Demonstrate with yourself a couple times, try it out. See if that feels good for you. The goal here is you guys really try to make sure that you're not leaning as you lift. So when you're in that positioning, staying strong here versus leaning those hips, okay? Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, begin. Row it up, set it down. So that opposite leg, the one that's out nice and long, can almost be off to the 45-degree angle. It's almost like a kickstand for your bike. On that way down, you should feel that core really fire up here, because even though we're in a modified type plank position, you're still gonna feel this like crazy in the core. If you wanna make this harder, go quicker. If we need to slow it down a little bit, work on that form, that's okay too. Do what's best for you in today's workout here. Really crank through it though if you can. Almost there, you guys. Remember, we have those longer intervals today. So although you wanna stop at 30, don't let yourself. In 3, 2, and 1. Switching it right over, opposite side. I'm gonna turn, but you guys can stay facing the same way. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Row it up, set it down. So elbow's gonna lift up right high towards the ceiling. If that wrist does bother you, can always pop up onto the fist, or actually place a dumbbell underneath your hand, and that will help. If your shoulders are starting to peel open a lot here, try to square them off. The elbow should be working up to the ceiling without over rotating those shoulders. We're about halfway. Can we start to pick up that pace a little bit here? Working that upper body with that core, even a little bit of legs here as we kick that leg out. Stay with me. In 3, 2, 1, set it down. Whew. Shake those hands out. We are gonna be going into our lighter set of dumbbells here. So kneeling curl. Now, if you have bad knees or something's going on, you can always stand up and do this too. We're gonna go into a single leg stance here. So one leg is gonna be forward. Make sure the front leg is at a 90-degree angle so that your knee is in line with your heel. From here, palms facing forward. We're gonna curl up and drop down. Go ahead and begin. Now you can take this out to a wide curl like I'm doing. If you guys wanna make this a little bit different, we can always go into a hammer curl facing forward. Always feel free to experiment here, especially if you're dealing with shoulder pain. Sometimes it helps to have this positioning with our dumbbells. But if you want a little extra challenge with those forearms, woo, stay with me, you guys. You got this, 10 seconds left. Those weights should be getting pretty heavy here. Try not to lean back. Push into that front foot. In 3, 2, 1, set it down. Woo, shake it out. Swinging it over to the other side. That opposite leg now is gonna work. This time going into a bent arm lateral raise. Once again, if we need to get off the knees, you just stand up and do the same move. From here, slight bend, you're going to lift out, set it down. Go ahead and begin. Now notice I have a slight lean forward. So I'm not dropping my chest a ton, but I'm using it almost as like a little bench. My leg is like a little bench. So I'm actively putting weight in that front foot, keeping my elbows slightly bent, raising those weights out to the sides. Woo, this should be pretty difficult, especially if you have heavier dumbbells. So if it's not, start to challenge yourself here. Or if you're really just riding the struggle bus, just do what you can do. Fight through it, you've got this. Yes, keep it going, we have 5 seconds. Woo, feel those shoulders. Last one, and rest. Go ahead and set those weights down. Stand it on up, grab a quick drink. Going into our standing series next. All right, so going into our reverse lunge now. So we've gone from our core, a little bit of upper body on the knees. Now we're gonna get going with the legs. So medium dumbbells here, preferably. You can do these body weight as well. We're gonna step back into a reverse lunge here. So step back, drive it forward. We're gonna go alternating here. This is gonna get your heart rate up a little bit, but try to stay with me. Go ahead and begin. So stepping back, pressing up. You should be taking a big enough step back here that you have a front 90-degree angle with that leg. If you're too short here, like your stance is too short, you're not gonna have any room for that range of motion. So make sure to take a really big step back. Keep the shoulders back, core is engaged. Start to feel that heart rate elevate, but breathe through it. We are almost there. You have about 10 seconds left. Woo. Stay with me. In 3, 2, finish it out. And rest. Good job. Go ahead and set those weights down. You can grab onto 2 heavy dumbbells here if you have them, or grabbing onto those medium dumbbells is fine too. So we're gonna go into an RDL here. Just both feet are gonna be on the ground. Chest is up nice and tall. We're gonna press that booty back behind you. Let those weights drop down right in front of the shins. Squeeze up at the top. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So drop down, squeeze and lift. This one you can pick it up a little bit here if you have the capability to. So feeling that stretch through the hamstring as you drop down, and then really actively paying attention to our upper body and what it's doing here. So making sure that you're not dropping and hunching those shoulders, having a nice flat back, hinging at the hips, pressing the hips back behind you. Good, we have about 15 seconds left here. So the goal is to really feel a stretch through the hamstrings, but it's not about how low you can get. Sometimes it's better not to go as low. You have to feel what feels best for you. In 3, 2, and 1, set those weights down. All right, so right here, going into a little cardio burst. And I know I'm like, this is the PMS hangover workout, but it's true, we need to get our heart rate up too. We're gonna keep it low impact here today. So legs are gonna be nice and wide here. We're gonna go across the body for 4, in front for 4, then hooks for 4, then uppercuts for 4. Just follow along with me in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So 4, 3, 2, 1, straight to the front, then hooks, then uppercuts. Do it again. So cross, 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 front, hooks, good, uppercuts, make it a little quicker, crosses, front, hooks, yes, uppercuts, pick it up. So we're going as fast as we can here. You might be a little bit faster than me, you might be a little slower. The goal is to not stop punching. So even if you forget the combos, then just straight punch, let's go. So we have those crosses, those fronts, those hooks, and those uppers. Pick it up, let's go. Woo! You've got this. Hook it. Yes, last 10 seconds. Starting to really feel it here. Can we make it a little bit quicker? In 5, 3, 2, 1, shake it out. Woo, great job today. We are not done just yet. We have 2 more moves. Grabbing a drink if you need it. Okay. Going into weights again. Taking a little break from the legs, we're gonna move back up to the upper body. We have 1 upper body, 1 leg move left. So from here, we're going to curl those weights up to the top, go into an overhead press, and you're going to join those weights together. From here, drop them back behind your head, press up, bring it to the shoulders, then drop it down. So it looks just like this, okay? When you're ready, grab those weights in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's curl, press, meet at the top, drop those hands back, bring it back to the shoulders, relax back down, do it again. So I like to meet them at the top because it helps stabilize that skull crusher, that tricep extension. So big press overhead, dropping those hands back. Take your time with this one. I know that heart rate might still be high. If it's not, congratulations, you're pretty in shape. If it is, that's okay too. I'm right there with you. Sometimes you have rough days, but the whole point of this workout is to show up even on those rough days here. Doing what you can do and making it your best. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. Last move. Sumo squat position. Toes are out to the sides. Weights are going to be out in front. You are going to drop those weights, stand up, drop back down, grab the weights. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So drop them down, stand up, drop down, grab. Now this can be done with no weight. This can be done with 1 weight. It can be done with 2 heavies. The goal is to have your chest up. So yes, you will slightly hinge forward to grab them, but it's not a drop like this. So we want to keep a tall chest here. Feeling the work in those legs. Push that pace now. We have about 15 seconds left. Can we go a little faster? Stay with me. In 3, 2, 1. Taking it down to the ground. Great job. We are going to finish off with that core section that we started with. So don't leave me just yet. Starting all the way back with our dead bug. We're going to work our way to the front. Then you are out of here, you guys. So 30 minutes total, okay? So lay down onto your back. Knees are at that 90-degree angle. Arms are up. Dropping down, opposite arm, opposite leg in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drop and lift. Now, remember those cues. Keeping the lower back pressed flat to the ground. Exhaling as you lift up. It's really important to pair your breath with that movement. Good. Toes are facing towards the ceiling. Extending that leg nice and long. If this starts to get a little bit too hard, keep the legs bent instead of big extension. If you want to make this harder, grab weights and put them in your hands. That's always an additional variation there that you can take. In 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Woo! Roll it on up. Going on to our side, elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Actually, make sure you start with the opposite side this time. All right, lifting up, modified side plank. In 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lift, draw, center, and drop. Lift, draw, center, drop. Maybe we pick up the pace just a little bit here. Working through it, hopefully you're starting to sweat by now. If not, maybe you gotta push yourself a little harder. You can always intensify this by coming up to a full side plank right here, then down. Don't knock it until you try it. Almost there, you guys. Give me about 10 more seconds here. Keeping those hips really high off the ground. Lift and squeeze. In 3, 2, little lifts here. Come on, you can do this. Keep those hips up if possible here. You've made it this far. In 3, 2, 1. Set it down. I know you guys. You got this. Other side. In 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Drive it in. Just as much attention on this side. I know it may burn a little bit more if you need to set it down. Take a break. But do not, I repeat, do not give up. This is all about endurance here. So even on your worst days, showing up for yourself and making it the conscious choice to work on you today. Showing up is so important for yourself. But while you're here, you might as well push it, right? You can do this. We have 5, 3, 2. Give me little pulses up to the top. Fighting through every urge to give up or press stop on this video. Lift those hips in 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Woo! Flipping it around. Going on to our forearms for our final move, which was that forearm plank with a reach. You can do this. We have 45 seconds. Then we will stretch. In 3, 2, 1. Tuck under, reach. This is not about speed here. It's about keeping those hips square, not letting our body shift side to side. If we want to hover that hand, that will make it harder. So feeling that burn. Pushing through till the end. Come on, do not give up on yourself. You showed up here today. I know you want to stretch and just be done, but fight through it. We have 15 seconds. Woo! Keep it going. Lean forward. Don't give up. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Set those arms out in front. Take a deep breath. Exhale out. You made it. Go ahead and bring it back up. This time going into upward facing dog. Setting those hips down, stretching through that core. Maybe looking side to side. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and swing it around. And then stand it up. Gonna finish with some standing stretches today. Grab onto a railing, countertop, table, or just use your balance here today. We're gonna take one leg up and over, feeling a stretch through that hip and glute. Great job today. I'm so proud of you guys for showing up, even on those tough days. Go ahead and switch it over, other side. So I originally created this YouTube channel for days like this. It's not to just like completely kill you every single time we come to these workouts. It's about giving you guys tools to use even on those hardest days. Go ahead and stand it up into a quad stretch here. Because you guys know that there are days that really suck and we can't always be perfect on our fitness journey. But what you can do is continuously keep pressing play, showing up here and doing your best. Even if it is one of these little, you know, I say little, like this was pretty hard actually, but go ahead and take it into a hip flexor stretch here, taking one arm up and across. So even if it's one of these little lazy girl, quote unquote, PMS hangover type workouts, or it is one of those higher intensity workouts, try not to judge your success based on how hard your workout is. Go ahead and take it over, other side. Because if you do that, then you're probably gonna beat yourself up like crazy on those days that you're not feeling so great and you're not completely killing yourself in a workout. Today here, I'm sweaty, I hope you guys are too. Go ahead and take that elbow up. So it's really all about just doing the best for the days that you have and not beating yourself up for those days that are a little bit harder. Feeling proud of yourself today, finishing with our last stretch here. Standing up nice and tall. Taking a second to just reflect on the work that you just put in. Finishing with 2 deep breaths in, inhale, exhale out. One more time, reset yourself for the day. Deep breath in and exhale out. Thank you guys so much for coming today. I hope you're sweaty and feel so accomplished. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with somebody that you love. Have a great day.